Hello, good morning. Charity Funk coming at you, Kickstart Plan family. Sorry, I am totally running behind this morning because I was writing. Looks like my connection is, whoa, look at this hairdo. You can tell, it's a hot mess this morning. My pits are hairy, my hair is a mess. You guys ever have mornings like this? I'm gonna turn on this light. This is the real deal, yo. It is a beautiful Sunday morning. Love Sunday mornings. And it's gonna be like 30-something degrees here today. So Chris and I are getting ready to hit the beach. We're gonna leave the dogs home. If you know me, that's a freaking miracle. We're gonna leave the dogs home and we are gonna go get our paddle boards out and we are gonna go and enjoy the lake. It's like 5 minutes away from here. It's a total slice of heaven. I remember the first day I stepped onto that beach. This was way before we lived here. I stepped on that beach and I looked at Chris and I said, did we just step into heaven? Like, it is definitely my happy place. You guys have seen shots of it. So let's dive in because I am so pumped. I am so pumped to be here this morning. So let's just see. Let me get to my spot. How are you guys doing? How has the week been? Janine, I see you here. I see that there's another I can't really tell who is on the call ever. So wave to me, say hello, say good morning. I really love that you guys are here. Ooh, that was a little bug that got squished in my book yesterday. Okay. Who is ready for this? I am so ready. Okay. So let's just quickly review. This week has been all about the fundamentals of how to move from somebody who quits, feel like shits, into somebody who commits and continues to take action towards their goal and get to their goal no matter what. So understanding the motivational triad, pain, pleasure, and ease, making a decision and removing the shoulds. Remember, like, where you are, where you want to go, and dialing in that GPS, but removing the shoulds. Really, you know what? I can't stress how important it is to clarify where you're going, the result you want to create, the life you want to live and what that looks like. And I know that sometimes it can be hard to tap into that, especially if you've not lived that for a good portion of your life, but it is so vital because it doesn't matter. I was actually just writing this morning. It doesn't matter how fast you can go in life. It doesn't matter how much you hustle. It doesn't matter how hard you try. None of that stuff actually matters. If you do not know where you're going, then you are just going to be spinning your wheels because it's like the GPS, right? If you do not have that dialed in, then every day you wake up just doing whatever life throws at you. You are not the what's that saying, like something of the ship, captain of your ship, right? No, you let the waves blow you around. And so really making a decision, like, what is that's why I asked you guys, what are the absolute must-haves in your life? And when you lock into that, it's like, watch out. So decide and removing the shoulds. Get rid of all of the shoulds. Stop shoulding on yourself. And then desire. Really understanding the power of desire and how to use it instead of letting it use you. Connecting with your why. What is the 7-layer deep of your why. You know what? That exercise for me was so profound. It shifted so much in my life when I really understood what was that burning passion, what was that deep desire inside of me. You know what? It honestly, like coming from an entire life of scarcity that was perpetuated, scarcity thinking that was perpetuated by where I had come from, the brain that I had, and my ability to think the way that other people thought. Like the being raised in poverty and then literally losing at the age of 15, like losing everything that I had ever known. Not just like stuff, like people, family, feeling completely like, literally like a friggin' little like child in the bush that's been lost, that's trying to find their way. Like, to go from absolutely nothing, never graduating high school, there were so many things that my story in my head I was living out of lack. I was living out of scarcity. I was living out of survival. And being able to recognize what was going on, but then also understanding my deepest why is because, first of all, I will not live out of that place anymore. And my brain, is always offering me thoughts of scarcity. But when you shift into abundance thinking, it changes everything. And connecting to your why is vital to actually create that lasting shift in your life. Because when your brain offers those scarcity thoughts, when life circumstances, right, blueprint life circumstances, when it offers the evidence in front of us, the obstacles in front of us, if we do not have a why that lights us up, that plows through whatever shit's going to come at us, then you know what? We are going to eat the foods that hurt us. We are going to stay in bed all day watching Netflix. We are going to, it's going to be a lot easier for us to just go back into the ruts in the road, into those neural pathways. So you have to know your why. Focus. What is it that you're focusing on? Remember, our decisions determine our life, and we get to choose no matter what is happening. We can control what we focus on. Are we focusing on what we don't have or what we do have? Are we focusing on what we can change or what we can't change? Are we focusing on the past, the present, or the future? Where is your focus most of the time? Like I've said before, the past and the future, they're tools that we can use. But listen, they don't actually exist. The past is done. The future is not here yet. And when we are living in the past or in the future, all it does is actually steal two of our greatest commodities, actually. I'd say we have 3 commodities. We have time, money, and energy. And different times of our lives, we have different amounts of each of them, right? And so when we are living in the past, living in the future, too much, not recognizing the tools and using them as the tools that they are, we steal time and energy from this present moment. Man, that is so powerful. How often are you really present? How often do you really see what's going on around you? How often, and one of my favorite questions that I love, hi Beverly, that one question I love to ask myself is, what is the beauty that surrounds me right now in this moment? why is this moment so amazing? You know what? There always is. There always is something that you can find. And some of us, the way our brains are wired, and I'm not just talking like, you know, the whole thing about nature versus nurture, but like literally some of us, our wiring in our brain is to be looking for the negative. And it's what I like, if you think about ants, right, those automatic negative thoughts, we're just wired like that. So all we have to do is start to build the muscle of where is it that I'm focusing on, and what am I using those pieces of information, the past and the future, what am I using those for? How am I using those? The past you can learn from, but don't stay there too long. Just like, it's like you do observe and tweak, right? So you look at it. Okay, so obviously it's like knowing where you are. Obviously this isn't working for me. This isn't helping. You use the future as a, like you set a point to draw you towards it. But then you live in this present moment, because in the present moment is where you have all of your strength. It's where you can, it's the only place that really exists. It's so crazy. It's such a conundrum in my brain. Like thinking about time is so fascinating to me. So anyways, and then no verbal beatings. Stop beating yourself up. If you hear yourself doing it, it's like a no-go. It's not allowed. And then yesterday we talked about making the plan, and now we have to look at, you've got to work the plan. You have to be so committed. You have to take massive action no matter how many times you fall. You have to do, observe, and tweak. And you do not stop until you get there. You are so committed. And then and during this time, you have to gain the knowledge. I find this so fascinating. I think it was this group that I talked about how my nephew was playing squash and how he was playing with a man who was like pro level and had said to my nephew, if you would have started this when you were a kid, you know, you would definitely be pro. And, you know, now like essentially like you're hooped, you can't be pro now. But I want to challenge that, because as a kid, what we do is we hire coaches to hone in our skills. We set ourselves up. We go to school, we learn knowledge, we do these things, right? To set ourselves up to actually learn how to do it properly. And that's exactly, if you guys keep doing what you've always been doing, I love that you're here. You guys are all here because you want to learn more, because you have signed up for this, because you know that there's more. There's that voice inside you says that this can't be it. And no, it's not it. Trust me, I've been there. It's not it. I'm there every day. I believe that there's more every day just waiting for us. And so when you can really create that plan and you're so dedicated to the outcome no matter what, and you gain the tools, you gain the knowledge, you don't stop, you don't just keep doing what you've always done. No, that creates insanity. You begin to do the things that I taught you this week. You do observe and tweak. You don't allow your blueprint and your emotions to drive the actions that you take. When you don't feel like it, you still follow through. And the more you do that, you guys, the more you do that, your pleasure center in your brain begins to calm, and it begins to want that as the dopamine hit. So yes, it may seem hard at the beginning, but trust me, it gets easier. The muscle gets stronger and you're able to actually do it. And then the two things, actually, these are the bonus things that just like I was thinking about yesterday, and I was like, okay, I really got to talk about this, is that when you're feeling overwhelmed, the fastest way out of overwhelm, first of all, is I just write, okay, what would be the 1, 2, 3 in the simplest of form. So let's say you walk into your kitchen and your kitchen's a disaster. Okay, what would be and you feel totally overwhelmed, and okay, what would be my first thing I would do? You know what? I'm going to stack all the dishes to the right. Then I'm going to empty the dishwasher. Then I'm going to fill the dishwasher. There you go. There's your 1, 2, 3. Don't think past there. Just do that and then take action. Once you finish that, then you just go on to the next 1, 2, 3. Trust me, it is the fastest way to get the heck out of overwhelm, because nobody likes to feel overwhelmed. But this is the bonus part, is that there's two things I think, well, I'm not going to say it more than any others because this whole week has been so jam-packed with so much amazing stuff. But first of all, you have to be hungry. You have to build that desire. You have to be so like, where it's like, it's gotta lock in that it's like, there's always been this inside of me where it's like, there's got to be more. There's something else. I won't stop. I'll never stop. I'll never retire in the sense of retirement. Like, I love learning. I love growing. I love showing up and being and sharing and doing, and like, it is who I am. It doesn't mean that that's just like natural all the time. I have to stir that up. I have to feed that. I have to water that seed. I have to build my desire. I have to be so hungry for the outcome that I want. And when you connect to the things that I've taught you this week, you will start to see this natural shift in your life. The second thing is belief. I cannot say, like, if there's ever, it's like, this is really what I see as my job as a coach, as a human, as just my job in this earth, is to actually, first of all, be, I want to say beacon of hope, but it sounds so like weird because I'd never used that word. I don't know why that word came to me. I don't even really know what it means. But it's to, when people see me, it's like there's a light, right? It's like being in a deep, dark tunnel that has been all covered in by rocks, and there's just that one little light, and you go towards the light because there's hope that you could get out. And that is really, it's like to be that hope, to be that light, that wait, maybe if she came from such a fucked up, hard past that had everything so much stacked against her, then maybe there's a chance that I could do this. Like, guys, it's like, I can't even, the more I think about it, the more actually I am amazed that I am where I am in my life. Like, to me, it's like a real, like, I'm like, I blow my mind. Like, I can't believe this. This is so amazing that I could do this. Like, you know, born from a family that, you know, the whole idea of DNA passing through trauma onto the next generation, like, this is scientifically proven. There's studies being done. It's like, it's crazy. And the more I learn about this, the more I realize those pieces of trauma, like, and how they were passed through, and how my natural responses come from some of that. To be born into a family of 4 in the poorest area of town, single mom, just trying to make ends meet, like, literally memories of seeing, like, my friend's mom, like, with a freaking heroin needle in her arm and she's passed out at the table. Then to, you know, like, multiple times of sexual abuse in my life as a child, right up until my adult years, like late teen adult years, and like dropping out of high school, doing every drug that I could possibly do, a brain that was not wired in an atypical way, that learned, then to, like, multiple people that I love dying. Like, there's so many things that were stacked against me. And like, now I see those things and I realize that those were the things that were trying. Those were the things that potentially could have held me back. But they were actually the things that set me up for the life that I am living. So I don't tell you all this to like make you feel bad for me. It's honestly, the reason why I tell you is because it's like, these were some of my deepest wounds, and I've been able to clean those wounds out so that they could heal. And now, yeah, there's scars there, but those are the scars that I show to show others that they can believe. They can have hope that maybe something is better. And then it's the belief. And that's that second bonus, is that belief. Is that you have to, it's like planting the seed and know the ingredients that are going to help it grow. And how do you build belief? How do you believe in something that you don't see yet? It's like you take all of these things I've taught you and you build that belief. You build the belief that every single time a thought is offered to your brain that this is impossible, that this, look, you're just fooling yourself, you're lying to yourself, whatever your brain wants to offer you, that you don't allow those storms to come in and take down your little plant, right? Like, you've got to protect that. And so whatever it is that you have to do to build that belief, and like I said, part of my job is to continue to build your belief by planting these thoughts, these new ways of thinking, these perspective shifts, and then the tools that go along with that you may not know. And when you combine those two together, that's when you start to see your life change. That's when you start to see your habits change. That's when you start to see shifts happen in your life. And I'm not going to promise you that it's freaking easy, because it's not. But like I've said before, you know what? Living in a life where you're just constantly checked out, use your phone or TV or food, whatever it is, wine, drugs, whatever it is, to find enjoyment out of your life. Like, come on, people. Our potential is so untapped. Really, don't live a life that doesn't light you up, that doesn't fulfill you, that you wake up in the morning and you don't really have a direction, so you just let the day take you where it wants to go. You don't really, you're not really focused. You just feel like you're on the treadmill every single day doing the exact same thing and then beating yourself up for it all over again. It's like, you know what? I want to wake up feeling love. Love for mankind, love for myself, love for my husband, my friends, my family, the community I'm building. And I want you to be able to do the same. So continue to practice, continue to stay in this group. I think that I'm going to continue to jump in this group weekly. So I'm going to post, I'm just going to choose one time, and I think it'll be Monday at a certain time, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to get in here live. And I'm just going to be here to cheerlead you guys and to teach you and to give back to you. But if you are somebody who wants to take it to a next level, who wants to maybe, go faster, who doesn't want to try and struggle and do it on your own, this is why I've created the workshop. It's why I've structured all of my programs in the way that I do. So I have a workshop. I changed the date because you guys were giving me feedback that weekend was not great. So August 10th, it's a Monday, and I'll be doing it from 10 till 2. It's online. It's on a video chat. We're all in there, and it's interactive. I have tools that I work you through, and by the end of it, you have a very clear plan for your 90-day you. And this is the exact process I take myself through every quarter so that I know my exact plan every month, every week, every day. I have a process that moves me toward the actual outcome that I want to create in 90 days. So if you've loved what this week has been all about, it's just going to be jam-packed, more of that, and it's going to take you through these things with me personally, with you talking, it's going to be live coaching, and it's going to be just, it's like going to be tons of fun, maybe some crying, who knows, because that seems to show up. But I want to help to shift and change your story, because when you are able to do that, then you are able to shift and change your life. It's the story that we're often telling ourselves that holds us back from the next level of living. So, and you can't change that if you don't see it. So if you can join me, please do. There's a link in the Facebook page. Maybe actually I'll throw it in the email today too. Yeah, I'll throw it in the email as well. But there's limited space. So if you haven't signed up yet, get signed up. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me, shoot me a message. But on that note, do not stop. Do not give up. Keep moving. Take all of this information and apply it to your life. You will start to see changes. I've already got messages from people that are in this group that were in last week's group, and they're sending me messages and like about the changes that even just this information has made in their lives. It's so freaking cool. So I love you all, and I hope to see you in the group or just in here, in the workshop, in just future, whatever. So yeah, if this week has helped you, you guys, please, it means the world to me if you would share that with me, even if it's just a sentence. Send that to me, because then I know how I can serve you guys more, how I can create more value that can add to your lives to actually enable you to live and to shift into the direction that you really want to be going in. And like it's like when I took my life coach school, I don't know if this is holding you back, but two things that held me back from making the decision of my actual life coach certification was first, time, second, money. And there was just this like, I knew there was something inside me that was like, I know I need to do this. We did not have the money, and I was running a business with tons of staff, and I was like, how am I going to do this? Where am I going to find the time? How am I going to get away? I have clients to attend to, and you know what? I just knew that I had to figure it out. And so if that's you, that you're like, oh, I want to do this workshop, but I don't really have $197, or I don't really have the time, whatever you can do. And I am going to do a replay of it. So if you can't make the time, I'm going to send it. So you can still sign up, and I'll have the workbook for you, and you'll still be able to gain support within the group as you go through it, and you'll be able to do it at your own time. So if that's you, you know that you can still sign up and not do it live, and you'll be able to walk through it with support. But the money, honestly, I spent $40,000 on 2 years of certification. Life coach, to become a life coach and a weight loss coach, and also to become a mastered certified coach. And I'm telling you, I did not have the money. And so I had to just become resourceful and had to just figure it out. And I went to my teacher and I said to her at the end of it, I said, if I would have known how this would change my life, I would pay double for it. So, and I'm not saying that that's for everybody, but if you're like, I need to take this work further, I need to go to the next step, I need to go to the next level, I'm done with where I'm at, then do whatever it takes. Figure it out. You're smart. And yeah, because it honestly, it's like, I know it'll be life-changing. I know it will change the trajectory of your life. But either way, just keep putting this stuff into action. Keep practicing the input, the output, and know that you're worth it. That you have a gift, you have the potential, you have value inside of you that needs to be shared. Don't die with the music in you. I believe in you. I love you. And I hope that your day is filled with beautiful things. And now I gotta go walk my pups so that they can sleep while we go to the beach. So I love you guys, and thank you for being here. Oh yeah, and I do have a YouTube channel. If you guys haven't figured that out, you can subscribe and like and turn on the notifications, because I do videos there approximately 3 times a week. So love you lots, and I feel like I don't want to say goodbye. This is not goodbye. This is till next time, my friends. Mwah.